Your administration has been focusing on reducing poverty in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Can you briefly comment on the current figures of the 2018 assessment that are currently being circulated?
The poverty study which is being done is incomplete. I come prepared for that too. I'm a scientific person. Let me first of all say, the document which I understand the opposition leader and Mr. Cummins quoted from, and they said that Ralph holding it back. Nobody has ever sent that document to me. So I will have to question the motives of somebody in the state administration where there's an incomplete process going on, and they send it to the opposition. That alone should tell you about their malafides. I don't know who do it, and I ain't pointing finger. And I ain't looking for who did it either. That doesn't concern me. This is what the Director of Planning wrote. He said here, the data are yet to be evaluated against multidimensional levels of poverty, procedures which are deemed necessary for the finalization of the estimates. And they gave a progress report since this thing, send it to me. Data quality and completeness are heavily dependent on respondents. You ask them a question and they gave the reasons why you have to cross-check those answers. They say that furthermore, based on recommendations of the Caribbean Development Bank, the Statistical Office in 2018 utilized a recall method of documented response spending. This means that the survey respondents were asked to recollect what they had spent on an exhaustive list of food and non-items. It is likely that some respondents unintentionally did not give a full account of their spending because they have to give historical information. You have to cross-check that information. And there are a series of technical issues, there are definitional issues. So you can't compare what the previous two poverty assessment reports, which are done on the same basis. This one is done on an entirely different methodological and definitional basis. Now, you see here, it is for these reasons that the preliminary data are not available for public consumption, since the process of investigating and interrogation of the data is incomplete. Just bear with me. Let me tell you what needs to be done. They have to do further than in double checking the data. They have to do institutional analysis. They have to do a participatory poverty assessment and a macro social and economic assessment. Those things are not yet done. These are questions which they go and ask people, and they got some responses. Let me ask you this, as a sensible person. In St. Vincent and the Grenadines in 2001, the average per capita income was under $8,000. Average per head. Today, it is in excess of 20,000 average. Then you had 30,000 houses. Today you have 43,000 houses. Electricity was 70% of the households, 70% of the 30,000 households. The electricity now is 98, 99% of the 43,000 households. Water was under 70% of the 30,000 households. Now, water is 98% of the 43,000 households. You had 30 little bit thousand electricity connections. You now have 45,000 plus electricity connections. You had everybody. You had people when the oil of poverty study was done not going to school. You have more people on pension now than before. You have more people getting supports, family supports. Now, you walk about St. Vincent and the Grenadines. You say St. Vincent poorer than in 2001. I don't even remember 2001. And let me say this, because these canards, otherwise known as misrepresentations and downright lies, must be corrected. I want you, those Samsung which you have, let's do an exercise. I want to show you how. That's why you had to ask him more than your father and the daughter and the son.
Dr. Gonsalves,
just bear with me. You asked me a question. No.
I understand that.
No. But I need
we can give them for homework.
No. I'm going to give. No. I have to answer the question, because you asked me the question is the important question. You have to allow me to answer it. It is said that the only village, the hometown, Connery, home village, that is the one which poverty has fallen by 28%. Meaning Ralph taking care of his villagers. That's the political purpose of that. I want you to turn to your maps. Put map of St. Vincent. Let's do an exercise here. Let's do an exercise. Connery is not a Connery. The census division, Connery, is from Grand Bonhomme along the main ridge hill, 3404, presumably that's the trig point. Then along the eastern spur and along Mount William Estate, northern boundary to Byra Ridge, and on the Windward Highway and along the stream to the sea. What they're talking about Connery is the Connery Census Division, which runs from Union River. When you come in from north at South Union, from that river there, straight up to Chester. It includes the villages of Union, Newgrounds, Chapmans, yes, Diamonds, Lively, Mongerdan, Bellevue, Connery, Barkill, South Rivers, Goss, Mangrove, Byra, up to Chester. From Grand Bonhomme, look at where Grand Bonhomme is. Look at the districts. You see, fool talk, na fool listen, you know. One of the things I do, every single speech these fellas make, everyone, I have them transcribed. I don't have the time to listen to them when they're talking. I have somebody who listen and transcribe them for me. And I read what they say. And I know the foolishness they're talking.
Thank you, Dr. Gonsalves.